Did you know that you're missing 50% of your life? Think about that for a second. 50% of your life you were not fully present for and therefore missed. You have no memory of it, no recollection, because you were not fully present. Now think about how that would impact your performance. The fact that for most of that, potentially you've missed because you weren't fully present, and focusing on the right thing at the right moment to be able to really explore and find your true capacity and potential in that moment. In today's video, we're going to talk about, and start actually, I should say, really the topic of attention. Because for you as an athlete, your attention is paramount. And it is for most people in many different facets of life, but I'm obviously going to explore what this means for you as an athlete and the importance of really being able to train your attention because of what it impacts and how important it is for you to really be able to go out there and perform like you can, to allow all of your skill, all of your talent, all of your hard work, all of your practice to really come through. And for you, it really comes down to, as it does for most people in most situations, the ability to focus on the right thing at the right moment, and that requires you to be fully present in that moment to then be able to focus on the right thing at the right time. And as I mentioned, this is going to be one of many different videos on attention, so we're going to really dive deep into this and explore it. But today I really want to talk about the impact attention has on you as an athlete, so you start to understand its importance and why you need to train it. And unfortunately for many athletes, they don't train it. They don't train their attention, not formally or consciously. And with that, you're kind of leaving your performance up to chance, because I would say it's probably one of the most important and valuable skills for you as an athlete is your attentional skill set. And so you have to find ways to be able to train it, and you have to find ways that train it in a way that's going to help you to train all the facets and all the components that make up your attentional skill set. So let's look at some things that your attention impacts that maybe you didn't know about, and maybe some of them you did know about. Your attention impacts your sense of fulfillment, your sense of satisfaction. So when you walk away from a game or a competition or a practice, how satisfied you feel or how self-fulfilled you feel comes down to your attention and what you decided to pay attention to. It's not so much results, it's more of what did you pay attention to. If all you paid attention to is your results, and that day you got the results that you're looking for, most likely you're going to walk away feeling self-fulfilled. If though you didn't, which a lot of the time that doesn't happen, and you didn't pay attention to or focus on any parts of the process or anything that you did well, you're not going to feel very self-fulfilled or satisfied when you walk away from that performance. So your attention determines that. It determines how satisfied you are on a day-to-day basis. And so you have to really get good at making sure that you're paying attention to the things that are going to help you to walk away and feel self-fulfilled, to feel satisfied. It doesn't mean that you can't also see and look to improve, but if all you ever pay attention to are the things that you are not doing well, or that you did not get the results or the outcomes that you expected or thought you should get, then you're going to walk away feeling down. You're going to walk away not feeling good about your performance, which is not going to help your confidence, and definitely is not going to help you probably go into, your next performance. So that's very, very important. Talking about confidence, that's another thing that your attention impacts. How confident you are or not does come down to your attention, again, based off of what are you paying attention to. Do you pay attention to the small successes, the things that you do on a day-to-day basis that you do well, or you kind of slough them off, go, oh no, whatever, they're not really that important, and just focus on the things that you aren't doing well or the gap that you still have to close, which, by the way, as an athlete, you're always going to have a gap to close. There's always going to be something you're wanting to improve on. And so you have to get good at, again, what are you paying attention to help you build your confidence, to help you walk into your performance knowing that you've done everything you can to prepare, knowing that you can handle whatever comes your way. And that came down to, again, what have you been paying attention to, and have you been boosting and building your confidence, or have you been tearing it apart? Other things that your attention impacts is your ability to recover from mistakes. If you've made a mistake, if you keep paying attention to what has happened in the past, what just happened and how you thought you should have done it better, or how you feel you'd like to do it better moving forward, instead of just being back in the present moment, you're not going to be able to recover from that mistake very well. As you can start to see with some of the things that I've mentioned about what your attention impacts, it obviously impacts your ability to really explore your potential or not, to really, as I mentioned earlier, go out there, to let all of your talent, all of your skill set, everything to come through the way that you need it to be able to come through, and that it can come through. But again, it all comes down to your attention, and you have to be able to train it. So as I mentioned, that's something we're going to explore in future videos, but I hope that through this video you've really begun to understand how powerful, how important your attentional skill sets are, and the need to really dive into it, to really be able to be the best that you can be, and to do things to train it, and to not just leave it up to chance, so that you can walk out there and utilize this skill set, this very valuable skill set, as best as you can, to really be able to then be able to perform. Because it's when you do have those moments of really, great performances, is because you were fully in that present moment, paying attention to the right thing at the right moment, and using this skill set in a manner that helped you do so in that moment.